Hello, students. Let's talk about figure of speech today. What is figure of speech? A word or expression used not with its original meaning, but in an imaginative way to make a special effect. What do you mean by that? It means that when you are writing something, to beautify it, there are various ways what you can add to your sentence और उससे सेंटेंस का मतलब और सेंटेंस का जो presentation here becomes really, really good. So there are various kinds of figure of speeches. First one is personification. Personification means when in our write-ups we, you know, add some human nature or human qualities to an abstract or inanimate object. For example, time flies so quick. So flying is something which is associated to इंसानों से रिलेटेड है मतलब ऑर्गेनिज्म से रिलेटेड है इंसेक्ट से रिलेटेड है तो ये जो फ्लाई वर्ड है दैट हैज बीन यूज्ड विद टाइम so it is giving that particular word a different meaning. Then it's raining so heavily as if clouds are crying. Clouds, they don't cry, but like it is being associated in such a way that it appears like it is giving a special meaning, special effect to the rain, as if the clouds are crying. और ये जो cry thing है, it has been associated to humans. That makes the figure of speech as personification. Next one is metaphor. Metaphor means it's a comparison between two things that have something in common, and it is different from each other, yes, but somewhere it has been associated. एक इस तरह से उसको associate करते हैं कि it makes some sense. Like he's the star of our class the best, So instead of saying best student or something, he said it is the star of our class. He was lying in the war. That means he was, too powerful and brave. So we are comparing that quality with the quality of lying. Simile. A simile is a figure of speech that compares two things that are different from each other but have similar qualities. Say, for example, he is as brave as lion, but lion is another organism, and he, a person, is someone else, but they have some quality in common as power or the बहुत शक्तिशाली है, powerful है, brave है. So that quality is been compared between two aspects. इन sentences में एक खास बात होती है कि यहाँ पर as use होता है at the same time sometimes like is also being used. So you can judge as brave as word if is there or like word if it is there, then this becomes simile. Next one is alliteration. Alliteration in the sentence means that a particular alphabet is used again and again. Like in first example, you can say, she sells seashells on the seashore. So here, S is in repetition in every word. So that is what is alliteration. Next one, onomatopoeia. It is used to express a particular sound, right? Like जब हम कोई भी वर्ड को यूज करते हैं to imitate it with a sound, जैसे if a bee is flew as it's shown in the example, we have used a word buzz. So bee के उड़ने को the sound which has been used with the flying of bee is buzz, right? So next one is a stone hit the water with a splash. The splash word we use with water. Why? Because that's been associated to water. That word, that sound is associated to water. Similarly, snake के साथ we use hiss. So we associate words, sounds to the special words, and it becomes more, attractive to read to or to listen to. Then comes hyperbole. Hyperbole means when we are using some term to thing, exaggerate our expressions. Like here, she has got a pea-sized brain. Now, pea-sized brain doesn't mean like uh, it's pea, but it has been compared, like it has been associated to the brain, saying that it is not much developed. Okay, so that's how. Now, here in the first example, I have told you a million times not to touch my stuff. No, million times, nobody can speak, but million times is saying that many times, right? तो उसको exaggerate करके बताया गया, बढ़ा चढ़ा के बताया गया है. So those words are being used as hyperbole. Next one is euphemism. Now here, there a word is used which is, depicting some kind of unfavorable or unpleasant circumstances, like he passed away in his sleep. So that means what? Unfavorable condition क्या थी यहाँ पे कि he is dead, and he was in sleep, so nothing was, experienced. So that is what is unfavorable. This mall has good facilities for differently able people. Now, here, differently able people means we are not straight away saying the person is not able to do things. Rather, we are using some kind of expression that is, making the things something unfavorable or unpleasant. कहने से better है कि उसके लिए एक खास वर्ड इस्तेमाल किया गया, that is differently abled people. Something like that where the harsh words are not being used, and some kind of, different word is used so that सेंटेंस का जो मेकअप है वो बहुत सूदिंग हो जाए. Then comes irony. Irony conveys the opposite literal meaning. And ये कभी हंसी मजाक या ह्यूमर के मैनर में इसका ज्यादा इस्तेमाल होता है. Like your hands are as clean as mud. Mud is never clean. That means you want to say that your hands are dirty. Instead, saying that you are using an opposite meaning for the dirty hands. So, as clean as mud, matlab you are not having good, clean hands. The dinner you served was as hot as ice. Ice is a cool thing, but here it's been said, instead of saying that the food is absolutely, ठंडा है खाना, तो उसकी जगह पर उसको ह्यूमर की तरह से लिया गया, as hot as ice. Anaphora, it is a repetition of the word or a phrase, somewhere several times we use before we actually start the sentence. Like here you see Charles Dickens, A Tale of Two Cities. This is a novel or story which has been written by Charles Dickens. तो इस तरह से इसको लिखने से एक चीज समझ में आती है कि चार्ल्स डिकेंस is somewhere associated to that particular story, right? So when we use this kind of presentation of sentences becomes anaphor. Apostrophe, this is another kind of figure of speech where the subject is actually not present. It's the object is absent sometimes or inanimate, like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Now here, what the writer is talking about, there is no as such a subject. किसी इंसान के बारे में बात हो रही है या किसके बारे में बात हो रही है. An exact subject is missing. Then welcome or life. So life is something abstract here, Like it is not talking about the life of a particular person or something else. So here, no subject is not present at all. It is, generalization of something where apostrophe is used. Then it is fun. Sometimes we use, certain words to make the sentence interesting, and the conversation becomes great in that case because it sounds interesting, clever, and occasionally sometimes you feel humor also into it. So, for example, Daniel is a river in Egypt. So here, Nil ki jagah, the river Nil, what is been used, the word is Daniel. So what, how it is reflecting this particular figure of speech, like as if the word is not is about the river, but that word which has been used is different from the river's name. But it has been associated in such a way that we could make out that it has been talked about river Nile. Okay, next one is paradox. Now, paradox is something where the opposites, the contrasts are not evident. What do you mean by that? It means, like we see the examples, war is good, war is never good, right? But here, war and importance of war, or it is good enough, they cannot be taken together. It is absolutely a wrong interpretation of the sentence. So, where the words are used in such a way, the contrast given is not true. That is what is paradox is about. Slavery is freedom. It cannot be. Slavery cannot be a freedom. So contrast है, अलग अलग है, opposites हैं. और opposites जो हैं वो जिस तरह से दिखाए गए हैं, it should not be like that. Slavery cannot be a freedom. Ignorance cannot be a power because आप जब जानते नहीं है तो वो पावरफुल कैसे हो सकता है. सो जो ऑपोजिट्स हैं वो कुछ इस तरह से यूज किए जाते हैं that they are not exactly true, but opposites लिखे होते, which means that that's not true at all. Like some of my wins have been my failures. So if you're winning, how can you say that it's a failure? But it is an expression that is explaining that whatever I have win, whatever I have taken, they are not for my best. So they have become a failure. So this is what is paradox. Next one is quite interesting, and this is oxymoron. Oxymoron is a figure of speech where two contradictory or opposite words are being placed together for a sharp meaning. It creates a very, very new meaning or effect. So, for example, deafening silence. अब silence is चुप्पी, जहाँ कोई आवाज ना हो. एंड deafening मतलब जो बहरा कर दे, मतलब जिस इतनी ज्यादा साउंड के इंसान का कान जो है वो बहरा हो जाए. तो हाउ कम साइलेंस बिकम्स deafening? So it gives a different meaning to these words. Like silence itself is saying something which is so, hard, so hard that uh, it becomes deafening. Like वो चुप्पी तोड़ी नहीं जा रही, वो चुप्पी अपने आप में तकलीफ दे है. So here the word is used, deafening silence. Right. Understatement means when there is a presentation of something as less important than it is. So, for example, it is a bit chilly during a blizzard. Blizzard means heavy storm, right? And उसके इफेक्ट को कम क्या कर रहा है? A bit chilly मतलब ठंड जो है, जो ठंड का एहसास है, वो जो स्ट्रोम की हैवीनेस को कम कर रहा है. So it is presenting how it has been presenting that this storm is less important than the weather. Weather जो है वो ज्यादा importance create कर दिया गया है than the word blizzard. This is what is understatement. Next is synecdoche. Now here, for a particular part, you know, a different word is being used. Like wheels, when we want to talk about car instead of car, we can use wheels. So that is representing, that is referring the car, right? So instead of that car, if you are using wheels, that is presenting something about the car itself. So एक part को, उस एक चीज को we are using with a completely different meaning, but the sense is the same. So this is what is synecdoche. Next is metonymy. This is about using a related word to refer something else. Like for Britishers, we used to use the word the crown. तो जहाँ पर भी ये crown word आता है history में, then we are associating about Britishers, right? So that is एक particular चीज के लिए आप totally different meaning, different word use कर रहे हैं, related word use कर रहे हैं, but it is somewhere means the same. Next one is lighter cheese. Now this is being used to understatement for emphasis. What do you mean by that? Sometimes, you know, for something very good or bad, we use it in the opposite, not opposite, I mean, I should say in a different manner. Like when something very good happens, or it is too good, uh, instead of saying it's too good, what we say is not bad, fine. So this, you know, opposite meaning words are being used to express something which is genuinely true. So that is what is litotes means. Next one is apostrophe. Here we use a certain word or a phrase again and again uh, in a sentence. Like for example, home sweet home. It is been used. The home word is used twice, or maybe ending at the end of the poem. So the word when it's been used again, repeating words or a phrase at the end of the sentence, that becomes apostrophe. Next is climax. Now here is an example. I came, I saw, I conquered. Now here, what is happening is there are series of sentences coming one after the other, making that particular incident very, very strong, right? So I am doing all the things here. एक particular person के बारे में, that he is doing all the things. So that becomes a very, very stronger point because it's been done by a particular person himself. The deeds have been done by the particular person himself. So here the sentence building comes to a very, very stronger point, that I came, I saw, and I conquered. And anticlimax is just opposite to the climax. Like something has to happen at a higher expectation, and there is a drop due to some situation, and the stronger thing or the expectation was never uh, come true. Like I had planned a great romantic dinner, but it clashed with my board meeting. You know, like some higher expectation was the dinner, grand dinner, but it could not happen because of the board meeting. So this is what is anticlimax. Next one is allusion. Now here, what we do is we give a reference to the event or a situation to a well-known person. Like she was a modern day Cinderella. So Cinderella is a very unique character of a story, and when it has been associated to a person, that means she is she's like that particular personality. If I say your smile is like Mona Lisa, so Mona Lisa's smile is very popular. So when we associate the smile with Mona Lisa, that means we are giving a reference to a well-known person, making it special. Next one is juxtaposition. When we place two uh, opposite meaning words in some sentence, making it, you know, for a comparison, using it for a comparison with opposites. That is what is juxtaposition. Comparing the rich and the poor. Rich and poor, they're contrasting words, right? So, but it's been placed together uh, to specify the idea or a comparison of opposite words side by side. Next one is caesura. It means when there is a pause or a break in a line of poetry to make it, complete and making a sense better. For example, and the world will never know what the heart has kept. So after know, as I'm speaking, you could make out that there is a pause. Let me speak it again. And the world will never know what the heart has kept. अगर हम उसको एकदम से साथ में बोल देते तो the effect would have not come. So if I say, and the world will never know what the heart has kept, so this is not making, a proper sense. But a pause when given at a particular position is making a good sense. Again, I'm repeating, and the world will never know what the heart has kept. I hope you have understood. Next one is enjambment. Here, the continuation of sentences so that one line after the other, there is no such punctuation. For example, the wind howled a mournful song and the stars began to weep. Now, here is no punctuation. The line has to be taken in, at one go. So, this is Jambet. I hope you have understood this well. And if you find something else to be repeated or to help with, kindly comment, or you can also visit the website for the further assistance. Thank you so much.